What's up, Eurovision people? My name is Sean, and on my channel I talk about all things Eurovision. I just woke up from a nap, so bear with me on this one. Who's gonna win Eurovision 2026? We need to have this discussion because last year we had this discussion a little bit earlier. This year I am having this discussion with you throughout rehearsals. I'm not really affected by the rehearsals, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm looking at the odds right now and I'm thinking, are they actually affecting who I think is going to win Eurovision? And the answer is no, with a little bit of a tiny exception. And I'm going to break it down for you. I'm going to break down where I think the jury vote is going to go and where I think the televote is going to go. And that will help us to understand a little bit more clearly how the final result on who's going to win Eurovision 2026 will look like. However, before I talk to you guys about this, do me a favor. Come and subscribe to my channel. My content is honest. Subscribes are free. You love Eurovision. If you're sat here watching this video, you kind of have some sort of love for Eurovision. What are you waiting for? Come and subscribe and come and talk to me on the comments because your opinion matters as much as mine. So come and subscribe and come and follow me on all sorts of social media. So let's start by looking at the odds on the jury side. So the top 5 are in this order: Australia, Finland, France, Denmark and Czechia. I think the odds are pretty much correct in thinking that Australia is going to win the jury vote, and I think that is a possibility. I haven't seen much from Australia on the stage. I only saw the photos from the first rehearsal at the time of filming this video. I think Australia is a very worthy candidate of winning the jury vote. It could be a scenario where they don't get enough support from the televote for them to win Eurovision, and I think that is where we're living at with Australia. Even if they get a decent score by Australia's standards, and that could look like 70 to 80 points from the televote, I don't think Australia could win, even if they win the jury. Yeah, they could win the jury, but they would have to do a lot better than we think in the televote. Let's talk about Finland. Finland coming second in the jury could happen, but, and I've said this to anyone who asks me who do you think is going to win this year, I feel very uncomfortable making predictions for Finland this year. I want Finland to win. You're going to see me react to the final televote results with a Finnish flag wrapped around me because I am biased for Finland. I have lived in Finland. I really like the song from Finland and I really want to go to Eurovision in Tampere. If it happens in Helsinki, I will go to Eurovision just the same, but I really want to see Finland win Eurovision. So I'm biased. I can't really discuss this prediction in a neutral manner. As much as I can try to talk in a neutral way on Finland, I think they could do it in the jury, but they never do. The jury never pulls through for Finland. We've seen their highest jury score come in 2023, I think, with Kaarija, and that won the televote. Arguably, yes, this is a more jury-friendly song, but still, I feel very uncomfortable thinking that Finland is going to do well in the jury. They could come second, but I don't think they're going to win the jury. Let's talk about France. I could see France winning and sweeping the jury vote, yes. I've had conversations, and I did say that I think France could be the winner overall, and people just can't stand that. People don't like the song. I don't like the song either. I don't want France to win, but I think it could happen. It's a jury-friendly song, guys. It's a jury-friendly song. The live performance is going to be pretty good. Again, I haven't seen more than 3 photos from what's going to go on stage, but I can see this win the jury vote. And I could see it sweeping the jury vote. I think the jury vote is going to come down to France and Australia. It could go either way, but if France wins the jury vote, I'm scared. I'm scared. Let's talk about Denmark and Czechia, who round out the top 5 from the jury side. I don't think Denmark's going to win. And if Czechia wins the jury vote, I'd be very happy because they're not going to bother anyone with their televote score. I mean, Czechia is probably going to be the country with the biggest gap if they make the final between jury and televote. It's going to be the F.Y.R voyage of the year, I think. And then there are also Malta, Greece, Romania, Sweden. I think Sweden is going to be very competitive in the jury vote. I think Malta is going to be competitive in the jury vote. And I think there's a country in this jury top 10 that we are sleeping on. If Italy comes so much as 4th, I think we need to bring ourselves to a conversation whether Italy might win Eurovision 2026. Now let's talk about the televote. The televote top 5 are as follows: Israel, Finland, Greece, Romania, Ukraine. I said Israel is going to win the televote last year and nobody believed me. I told y'all Israel is going to win the televote. Here's why I said Israel is going to win the televote. Not only because of the political climate that we are unfortunately living in. I thought Israel had a really good song last year. and Europe seemed to agree with me. I don't think they have a good song this year. I think Israel might struggle to win the televote this year. It could happen. I mean, if it happens, I won't be surprised. I don't think the song is strong enough to win the televote. Second is Finland. Again, I'm not sure if Finland's going to win the televote. Only because I'm not sure the song is immediate enough to win the televote. Does it deserve to win the televote? I think so. But do I think it's going to happen? I'm too... I don't want to get my hopes up here. I don't want to get my hopes up. Now, let's talk about Greece. For a very long time, I thought Greece was going to win the televote. For a long time, since the song won, I think, Ostelikos, or Sing for Greece, whatever it's called now, I thought Greece had a shoe-in to win the televote. I don't think that I'm living in that planet anymore. I'm getting the impression that the performance is very novelty, and I don't think people are connecting with Achilles. There are too many barriers of fashion there, the sunglasses, the hat, it's too much of a persona. And you will tell me, wasn't Espresso Macchiato giving a persona? Yes, Tommy Cash was giving a persona, but it was relatable. So I'm not sure if Greece is going to do incredible things in the televote, so much so to win it. Romania, I don't think Romania is going to win the televote. Ukraine, I think Ukraine is going to win the televote in its semi-final, but is it going to win the televote overall? I don't know. Sean, who's going to win the televote? Bold prediction. After seeing his performance in Amsterdam, after seeing the reaction he got from the crowd, which is not supposed to enjoy that song as much as they did, I'm starting to think that Italy could win the televote, guys. The song ticks all the right boxes. It's got perfect expectancy points. It's got a great melody. It's very likable. It's very inoffensive. If the staging is going to tell a story in a good way, I think Italy could do it. And I know we've had conversations about Moldova, which is 7th in the odds to win the televote. I don't think Moldova is going to trouble too much. They're going to do well in the televote, but I don't think they're going to do well in the jury for it to be categorized as a song that could win overall. That brings us back to the question, who's going to win Eurovision 2026? I feel like I said that like 25 times in the space of these 9 minutes. Here's where we're at. We have to narrow it down. And I'm going to narrow it down to Finland, Greece, Australia, France, and Italy. I'm going to narrow it down to those 5. And Denmark. Let's put Denmark over there, 6. Because a lot of people seem to think that Denmark is going to win. And Denmark is 3rd in the odds to win right now. Greece, I think, is out of this conversation. I don't think Greece is going to win Eurovision 2026, guys. I just don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. I don't think the song has enough expectancy to win the televote. I think it's becoming less about the unique selling point and more about the gimmick. And I don't think enough people will connect with Achilles for him to win the televote and overall win Eurovision. I'm going to put Denmark out of this conversation as well. For some reason, I think that Denmark is going to end up being the fan wank of the year. I'm not sure if the song is immediate enough for the televote to gravitate towards it enough. So I think Denmark might be out. Australia is worth talking about, yes. If they do incredibly well at the televote, maybe. And they have to win the jury. But there's too many things that need to happen at the same time for Australia to win Eurovision. Australia is a worthy candidate to win, but I'm not sure it's going to happen. That means I'm left with France, Finland, and Italy. And that is the destination I wanted to get to by the end of this video, because I do think it's going to come down to those 3. If France wins the jury, and they get a lot of points from the televote, and I'm talking Slimane level, they're winning it. No question. Are they going to win the jury over Australia? And are they going to get enough televote points? I'm making too many gymnastics in my mind for that to happen. For the sake of this conversation, I'm crossing France out. So I'm left with Finland and Italy. Now, there are 2 ways this can go. I think Italy is going to win the televote and come like 4th in the jury. I think Finland is going to come 2nd or 3rd in both. A part of me really wants to say Finland, because I do think maybe it's due for a compromise win. And mind you, if Finland wins Eurovision, it's going to be a compromise win. I think they would have to come like 3rd in the jury and 2nd in the televote. And it's not impossible. It happened before with Duncan Lawrence. And Jamala came 2nd and 2nd. So it could happen. But it's difficult. And I really don't want to get my hopes up. Italy will have to do a landslide in the televote. And with Israel there and Finland there and even Ukraine there, I'm not sure how possible that is. But if Italy does better than we think in the jury, and we know those Southern European juries love to vote for Italy. I mean, Croatia will probably give Italy points. Serbia loves to vote for Italy. Greece loves to vote for Italy. Portugal loves to vote for Italy. San Marino, Malta, Cyprus will probably give the 12 to Greece, but it's there, you know. Switzerland loves to give points to Italy. It could happen. So I'm really down to Finland and Italy. And for the sake of this video, the country that I'm picked to answer this question, purely because I don't want to get my hopes up about Finland, is Italy. I think Italy is going to win Eurovision 2026. Did I just say that? Italy is going to win Eurovision 2026. Listen, if I'm proven wrong and Finland wins, I'm celebrating more than you guys. I'm carcading on the streets. And I've been bitten in the backside too many times before. And I don't want to get my hopes up. I don't want to cry. I want to celebrate. That's who I think is going to win Eurovision 2026. But what do you guys think? I'm curious to know. Why don't you come and talk to me in the comments down below? Because that's where the conversation is. Your opinion matters as much as mine. This channel is nothing without your conversations. Come and talk to me and come and subscribe to my channel because subscribes are free and my content is honest. And Eurovision is around the corner. It's next week. Today week is the final. So come and talk to me and come and subscribe and come and follow me on all sorts of social media. Predominantly TikTok. We're doing big things on TikTok. So come and see me there and I will see you later. Bye-bye.